And he's able to get it past midfield and down onto the 49er side. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
2nd and 3 now. Dak now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock. But, man, the defense took that away, too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
The handoff on 3rd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
That's a pretty clear plan of attack by the back from the very start. Found the lane quickly, didn't hesitate, knew exactly what he needed to get past the marker.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, Prescott. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Time for our 2nd quarter now. Let's see if the Cowboys can capitalize here in the red zone. Second and 10 now. He's got it at the 5. And in for the Dallas touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Aubrey good on the point after. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. He's got a lane up past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Okay, the wide receiver is going to get it to begin the drive. And he's charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. But give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
3rd and short. Here's Purdy. He completes it in traffic. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Deron Bland has it. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
1st down, here's Dak. Ferguson there to bring it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again is Dak. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Another throw for Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
On 4th down, Prescott to throw. It's caught, Ferguson. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the 1st instead.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Dak throwing again. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. That one's incomplete over the middle. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And now it's 2nd down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Into traffic, complete. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. They're going for it. Here's Prescott. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Cowboys will add to their lead at the end of the half. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. He's going to field this at the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. One final shot before halftime. Trying for the deep ball. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Return coming from the 14. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Dak off the play fake. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Second down, here's Prescott again. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. That's Diamador Lenore.
Well, nickel has really become the base defense for so many teams in the league because the passing game has become so prevalent today. It really makes it so much more difficult to find an open throwing lane and gives defenses a lot more speed on the back end to step in front of passes just like that.
They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That was Micah Parsons making that play. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
From the 36. Buys time, rolling. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a...
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Eric Kendricks. And the Cowboys take over just shy of the 40. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series. Not
the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Throwing on first is Prescott. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And the 49ers have the football at what looks to be the 37-yard line. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they throw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Going run again with McCaffrey. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Running back sent in motion. Got used check, and it's complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Biggest difference in the college NFL game, we know this, Kate, it's matchups. Right, that college game, so much more space with the wide hash marks. Not so much in the NFL. You've got to cultivate one-on-ones, cultivate matchups. Using the receiver as a runner, that was a matchup successful for this offense.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They stick with McCaffrey. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the 4th. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. McCaffrey trying to punch it in. Gets in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers parlay the interception into points. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
And he has it in the end zone for 2, and that's going to chip away a little bit at that deficit.
Quarterback's best friend, big targets in the red zone. Not many guys can match up and defend someone like him, and no surprise, they went right to him for the conversion.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Turpin with a return. They'll begin from the 36 as the return is brought down. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
You call that 1st down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Back to the well again. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Works the sideline inside the 35. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
That's good for a Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They give it to him again. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down.
Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Another carry for him. And it's barely anything on that run, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Yeah, here we go. Right, take.
Hand off to the back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, man, you appreciate great safety play like that.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Here we go. Right, take.
He'll look to throw it. Has it in close. Touchdown, Dallas. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
The Cowboys offense remains on the field. They're going to line up and go for 2 here. He's throwing for it. And this is caught, so add a couple more to this lead they've got here in the 4th. All right, Brock, they win empty. We all expected a pass was coming, and they do indeed go to the air and connect on that strike for 2.
Yeah, once you empty that backfield, it does certainly, Kate, alert that defense to pass. And then it comes down to disguise. It comes down to timing, especially on a 2-point with everything condensed. Well done by that offense to go get 2.
This taken from the 12. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. 1st down throw by Purdy. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun is Purdy. He rolls to his right. Doesn't have the hook up there. Incomplete pass. That was intended for Deebo Samuel. And now it's 3rd and short.
The QBs today so adept at doing just this, buying themselves enough time and finding a target. The problem on this one, just not the throw he needed to make the completion.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4? He probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Prescott now on 3rd down. That's Lamb running the slant. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas. So it's a win for the Cowboys. They did their part, Brock, defending.